What's up? Just want to make a quick video about something I shot yesterday in my car, and want to make a video about it today. I think it applies to so many of us, really. It's authenticity and fake it till you make it, all the stuff that I heard a lot as a kid that kind of always bothered me. I never wanted to be a fake it guy, ever. But I knew cats with that philosophy that it would actually work. These cats would fake it. I knew a lot of people actually in Miami, in Indiana, where I'm from, that would fake it until they made it. And some of it worked out. But some of it didn't, and some of it only worked out for so long. But one thing I always saw that did work is hard work, values, principles, and living by those. And I did see those eventually work out. Took a little longer, but it stayed. And it's a character builder too. You got to keep in mind what happens when you go on to the path to success and building the best version of yourself is there's true changes that happen within you that last forever if you do it right and you stay the course. And that is the thing that I want you to look forward to the most. In my life, there was somebody very meaningful to me that told me this saying one time. I cannot remember specifically where it was, what the story was, what the circumstance was, but he said this thing to me. He was like, I'll tell you who it was my brother. And he said, I would rather look it than be it. Meaning I would rather look the part than be the part. I think he learned at too late in life that, that's a really bad approach because that's going to eventually, some guy or woman is going to have all the skill set, all the schooling, all the hard work, all the years of effort put into being the authentic human being that you're looking to do. If you're looking to be a salesperson, a real estate person, a personal trainer, a clothing designer, an interior designer, or whatever, don't just look like that person. What I do and what I did since I was a kid started with boxing. I would study whoever was the best. I would just watch videos of them. Or I would just literally be in their physical presence. I would be in Indiana. I liked being around successful people. So I would just be around successful people. I'd see what they do. I learned what they did. And not that I wanted to imitate specifically them. I'd build my own craft, my own human being out of this, but I'd watch what they did. I didn't want to just, they're wearing this outfit or they're talking this way, so I'm just gonna fake it. I'm just gonna be like them. Nah, man. The beauty of all of us is that we're all unique, man. All of us have something very special. All of us do. Every single human being does. Some give up on it. That's what happens. Some just give up on their special, unique qualities. Don't be that person. Find the highest version of yourself and who the hell that is. And every fucking day, pay the due to being that person. And it's hard. To be extraordinary takes extraordinary effort. To be extraordinary takes extraordinary effort. And when the days come, which they will come out of seven days, that you don't want to do the extraordinary things, build habits. Then those habits are already put in place. And you know that those habits typically get you on the path psychologically, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, where you need to be to optimize yourself. Because the shit is hard. It is hard. And it never gets easier. You build more skill set, you build more durability, you build more wisdom on how to be more efficient with time and things, but this never gets easier. I've got to repay the pot of being extraordinary every single day. And sometimes I fall short. Quite often I fall short. And sometimes, we're going to go into another topic. When you're shooting for all the stars, man, and when you don't hit them, I say this a lot to people that I care about. I'm going to say it to you right now. To want to be extraordinary, I'm not calling myself extraordinary, but to want to be extraordinary takes extraordinary effort, but it's a blessing and a curse because it's never good enough. Almost nothing is good enough. You obtain something and it gives you a quick bit of jolt of dopamine and you're happy and you're excited, you got this new thing and you're like, okay, what's next? that's awesome because that creates ingenuity. That creates more value in whatever the hell it is that you're doing. It just creates more and more and more. But also, in a bit, like, hey man, appreciate this. Like, you've done a lot. Like, I teach my clients that. I'll see growth all the time out of my clients, and I'll tell them, I'm like, hey, pat yourself on the back. Look what you're doing right now. You're growing. You're getting better. But I don't do that a whole lot myself. So I'm telling you, when you're on this, do that. I try to do that. And some tools that I use to do that is write. Writing for me is so powerful because you can reference it. It's not just by memory or thought. I can reference what I wrote down a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, the goals, my thought process at the time, whatever. I can reference it because I wrote it down. And when you write it, it makes it so real. So these are tools I like to give you that I use that I think are really effective. Writing. Write it down. Write down what you want to do, who you want to be. I'm going to tell you another thing. Write down, if you're single, I love talking to my single men and women. Write down your partner. Like, what does that partner look like, man? Like, who are they? What do they do? What do they got to bring to the table? Because everybody in your life should be bringing something to the table. In your circle, everybody should be bringing something to the table. There's got to be value, right? And there has to be value everywhere. And let's go over this real quick, all right? So, like, focus on your authenticity. Who is it that you want to be? Study that, be that, embody that. Don't fake it, though. Because remember, it should feel hard. It should feel difficult. It should feel like this is an everyday thing I need to focus on. It should feel that way. If it's easy, then you're probably not creating a powerful enough human being. You're probably just cutting it short. Don't do that. All right? Don't be in your 60s, 70s, 80s saying, man, I wish I would have tried harder. I wish I would have shot taller, right? Now, go for it now. To create the best version of yourself, but also create the values, create the habits. What's the habits of this person? How do they wake up? When do they wake up? When do they go to bed? What do they read? I'm not a huge reader, but what do they read? What do they eat? How's their body look? A body is, the cool thing about a body, and it's probably the easiest thing to do, is to work on yourself physically. It's your business card. It's your business card. You should look good. The moment I see somebody out of shape or just nasty, they don't dress well, they don't look well put together, I lose respect for them immediately. Now, I've met some people that are overweight, and I've met some sloppy people that, they're nice people, but they're not people that I put a whole lot of trust in. And you can take that any way you want. This channel is not a politically correct channel by any means, but it's not a rude channel. I'm not a rude person, but I do say what's on my mind. But I'm not saying you need to be jacked, and you need, because again, there's extremes to everything, man. I've met some jacked guys that I can't fucking stand their energy or their presence. I want to smack the hell out of them, Go on a side note, because I can't stand arrogance or ignorance or just cockiness. I'm going to break down that as well. Cockiness is something, a cocky human being is somebody that's never achieved shit in their lives, but they're faking it. It's typically young boys and girls are cocky. They haven't achieved shit. They just think they have, right? Confidence is a human being that has done things in their life, and they carry themselves a certain way because they've achieved things. There's a certain aura and energy about them because they've achieved stuff. They know what their worth is. That is confidence. Cockiness is you're faking that shit. And that goes to the beginning of what we were talking about. Don't fake it. Be it. Create the highest version of you, man. Shit's gonna be difficult. Do things that scare you. Write shit down. Write shit down that that you want to do. Write shit down how you're living right now. Write shit down that how you're feeling, how you're thinking, what you want to change, what you want 3 months to look like. You write this down. You do these things. I'm not trying to motivate you. I'm telling you what to do. You will make changes. I guarantee it. You got to repay that jar every day of extraordinary behavior. Okay, so get after it. DM me if you need any help with anything specifically. I'm always here for you. Let's rock and roll.